In today's video, I'm just going to be going over some of the next steps that I'm taking in building my Shopify store for selling low content books. Welcome to my channel. My name is Caroline, and if you've been following along, I have recently done a couple of videos where I'm building a Shopify store to sell low content books on. Just to give a really quick background on this, I sell low content books on Amazon KDP, and last year my account was accidentally deleted. And although I did get it back, it made me think about having multiple streams of income and not relying just on one platform, just in case the worst happens where, for whatever reason, I or we cannot sell on Amazon KDP anymore. So I've decided to set up a standalone online store. So I'm not going to have the platform of KDP, which already has built-in customers for me to promote my books to. I'm going to be creating my own Shopify store where I'm going to have to find customers myself. But I'm excited and I'm looking forward to the challenge. So far I have done videos where I show setting up the Shopify store and just doing that back-end admin area setup. And then my last video was how to connect Shopify to Lulu, which is the print-on-demand supplier that I'm going to be using to create and ship my low-content books. And so now I'm just going to be doing some customizing. I installed my theme in the last video too. I used the Debutify theme, just the free version. And so we're just going to go over what I'm going to be doing to customize the store and what I want it to look like. So I have basically already created a logo, and I just wanted to go for sort of like a red romantic type of font, type of theme, color, branding, that sort of thing. In terms of a logo, I generally just like font logos. I don't like anything too complicated and anything that distracts from the name of the store. I just personally think you should just have your logo very clear on what your store's called so as to not confuse anybody about where they are. And so I've never used this theme before, so I am sort of just finding my way as I go and trying to figure out where everything is for all the stuff that I want to customize. So I just head over to the app, which opens up in a new window. So the Debutify theme is under the apps section of Shopify, and then we can go to theme library. Just noticed there is an update available, so I'm just going to do that first. Okay, so I've updated the theme. So now I've got the most current version, and I've just clicked on the theme I've just installed, and I'm just going to start customizing it. Now, there's some parts of this video I may not talk over. I might just record my screen and you can watch what I'm doing, because like I say, I haven't actually used this theme before, so I'm just going to be doing a lot of clicking around trying to figure out where everything is and try to change the things I want to change. If I do anything and I'm not talking about it as I'm doing it and you want to ask me any questions about how I did something, just pop it down in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer. So this is where you can change all the different pages within your site, how you want it to look. I'm just, like I say, trying to figure out where everything is and what all these things mean. So sometimes the best thing is just to sit and go through every little section and see what options you have under each one. And then you'll be able to figure out where everything is and what you want to update. So I'm just going to head over to the header here because I want to update the logo. I'm probably going to want to delete some of those social media icons, update the text that's in that announcement bar at the top, update menus, update those 4 sections, the trust sort of sections there. And that's probably all I get done today because I then need to start making some products to actually upload into the store. So here in the footer, I found some of the things that I want to remove. I want to remove the Powered by Shopify, Powered by Debutify logos and things like that. I want to remove that text that's next to my copyright notice. I probably also want to remove the payment icons. And I will want to remove those featured products there. And I just want to change some of the wording to be a bit more what I like in terms of the types of language that's going to be used on the site. For example, I don't want to be talking about, oh, follow us and be our followers. I want to create a community where people connect with each other or connect with us and not just be followers. So I like to change that kind of language. So now I'm looking for all the social media stuff to update. I've removed some of the social media icons from the top because I'm not going to have all social media. I've started adjusting some of the colors. So I've changed that top bar and some of the buttons. Now, something I've noticed, and that was just that age check that just popped up, is because you get that free 14-day trial when you use the Debutify theme, which includes all their apps. All the apps are currently installed on my store. So what I want to do is get rid of them because I'm not planning on paying for the paid version of the theme. So I'm not going to have access to them. So I don't want them on there. I don't want to have access to them. And then when that trial runs out, I've spent time updating apps on things I'm not going to be using, and I don't want an age check on my website anyway, so I'm going to go looking for those apps and delete them all. And now I'm just adjusting some of the colors, buttons, text, and things like that. And the next thing I want to do is change these little trust sections. I call them trust. I don't even know what to call them, but I just call them where you can start to build trust with your customers, because when your store's new, you don't have a lot of word of mouth, you don't have a lot of reviews for people to go on. Things like this can help build trust and give them confidence in buying from you. So offering things like returns, solid customer support, worldwide shipping, if that's what you're doing. It's good to have that displayed on your site to help build that confidence in the early days before you start getting all the reviews and stuff. So I'm just going to start updating these, change the icon colors, and I might delete one because I feel like satisfaction guaranteed and 30 days returns is kind of the same thing, because if you're not satisfied, they want to know that they can return stuff. And I want to try and make them a little bit more uniform. I don't like how there's not the same amount of lines of text in them, so all the buttons are in different, they're not all aligned with each other in the line, which I just think doesn't look pleasing to the eye. So I want to update those sorts of things. So I've updated as much as I think I can update now without having any products on the store. So the next steps are going to be deciding what products I want on the store and getting those made and uploading them so I can start playing around with the product pages and the cart pages and things like that. And what I have also done as well is set up some social media accounts. So I have decided that I'm going to be focusing on Facebook, having a Facebook page and an Instagram account. There's a chance I might venture into TikTok, but at this point I'm just doing Facebook and Instagram, and I'll also probably be doing some stuff on Pinterest. So with social media, especially at the beginning, just try to pick one or two platforms. Don't try and do them all, because we'll get so overwhelmed and trying to post in so many different places, but feeling like I don't have enough time to do everything. So I think just pick one or two that you can focus on and devote quite a bit of time to. If you build those up and they're running along really nicely, you've got a good following and you're getting good traffic from those social media accounts to your store, then sure, you can look at adding other social media platforms. But just to start with, pick one or two. So I have set up an Instagram account and a Facebook page. And the last thing I just wanted to show you is the idea, the vision that I have for this brand, because I know when you talk about creating a Shopify store to sell notebooks, a lot of people are probably thinking, well, notebooks, journals, they're so cheap. And on Amazon, they are. When we're making low content books on Amazon, we're competing with so many other products in our niche, in our category, and we kind of have to put ourselves in alignment with what everyone else is doing, because if we price too low or too high, we're pricing ourselves out of the market. So we need to keep our prices in line with everybody else. And the reality is notebooks and journals on KDP and any other type of low content book on KDP do not have high prices. And one of the reasons I wanted to create my own Shopify store is because I wanted to be able to create some more premium types of books, higher quality, which I can get through using Lulu. And some of these books do not have to be sold cheap, and you can have notebooks and journals are sort of notorious, and coloring books and puzzle books and things, notorious for having low profits on them. And it's more about selling volume as opposed to making more per product. But it can be done with notebooks and journals. And so I want to show you the idea that I have in mind for my brand and for my Shopify store. Now, I'm not copying either of these brands that I'm going to show you, but I just want to show you that what is possible, what's out there, and what I would love to be able to build myself. So the first brand that I really love looking at is called, I'm going to say this wrong, but Papier. I think it's French. Papier. Anyway, this brand here. So this brand sells premium, bespoke, I guess, notebooks, diaries, planners, and things like that, amongst other things, but I'm not obviously going to be doing cards, photo books, and things like that, or stationery, but I'll show you their notebooks. They do lined notebooks, plain notebooks, and they also do journals. So look at the prices of these books. They're selling notebooks, which is just a lined journal, for nearly 47. This is Australian dollars. Let me see if I can, let me change this to US. So in US, these notebooks are $27. So obviously they're higher quality than what we can print on KDP. They're hardcover. They do have the little, fabric bookmark type of thing inside of them. That is something we can't do on Lulu, but they're hardcover. They probably have nice paper inside of them, and they're selling for $27. That one's $32. So a lot more than what we can get on Amazon. So if we're making a book on KDP and it's costing us $2 or $3 to make, we're selling it for $6 or $7, and we're making maybe a $2 to $3 royalty on it. These books, they might cost a lot more to print. They might cost us $10 to print on Lulu, but then we are potentially making $10 to $15 in royalty, or it's not a royalty because it's not being sold in that sense, but you're making a profit, a lot more profit than what we could on KDP. Obviously, the downside is we don't have access to traffic. We have to find our own traffic, but the potential to make a lot more by selling less is there when you have your own store. So this is sort of the idea I've got in mind of creating premium, higher quality books when we're comparing to the type of books we can sell on KDP. Now here's another one, CGD London. These guys are similar. They sell planners, journals. I don't think they sell notebooks, but if we take a look at their planners and journals, they're selling these hardcovers for $36.80. For $36.80, they have a lot less of a selection, so they've got a smaller amount of products to choose from, but you can imagine how much profit they're going to be making per product sold compared to those cheaper books on KDP. So I just think it's kind of not even comparable to what we can do on KDP. If you're doing this as well, and if you're going to be selling, or if you already sell low content books on your own website, maybe you are just going to do the same thing as KDP and sell books that aren't as higher quality in a sense, in terms of not having hardcovers, not having the thicker paper inside, and focusing more on volume. Then that's totally fine. Everyone's different. It's whatever you want to focus on. And there's two different routes that you can go when you create an online store. You can create a brand that focuses on higher priced products with a higher profit margin, but selling less of those products. Or you can focus on having products that have a lower profit margin, but you sell more of them. And at the end of the day, we both end up with the same goal. It's just a different way to get there. So you just have to pick what's the best for you. But I have been interested in creating some really high quality premium notebooks and journals for quite a while. So I'm really excited. And these are sort of like my inspiration in terms of how to build a brand. And just going back here to this one, to Pepierre. If there's any French people out there, I'm sorry. If we look at their social media, if you're wondering whether they do well or not, it's all a good and well having a website, but do they actually sell? Take a look at their Instagram account. 321,000 followers. They have built a massive social media presence. So they've got that on Instagram. They've got 130,000, nearly 131,000 people following them on Facebook. And Pinterest, I think they do pretty good on here too. Yeah, so I mean, these figures on Pinterest, they don't really mean a lot, but the higher the number, the more traffic they are getting to their pins. And so they have built a really great, substantial following through social media. And that's pretty much what we're going to have to do. Now, obviously that takes time. We're not going to spend a few weeks on social media and have a similar kind of following, but that's going to be the key to how we find customers to our Shopify store. Okay, and then if we head over here, I don't know if I've looked at these guys' social media. Let's see what they're like. So pretty good, 183,000 followers on Instagram. So they're also just Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. So they've got great following on Facebook too. And Pinterest. Great amount of figures there too. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what my inspiration is behind creating this store and what I'm sort of working towards in the long term. Something like one of these two brands would be amazing if I could build up something similar to that. So that's it for this video. Like I say, next video is going to be focusing on creating some books and getting some products on the store, so then I can start customizing the look of the store a little bit more. I'm not going to spend too much time on that before starting to build up social media and stuff like that, because I don't want to fall into the trap of just trying to sort of perfect the theme before I do anything. I used to find I fell into that trap quite a lot, where I guess procrastinated by trying to make the look of my store or website perfect before sharing it with the world. Nowadays, I'm not going to be getting a lot of traffic at the beginning anyway, so let's just start getting social media out there, start building the social media up, and tweak the website as I go. So yes, if you're interested in following on with this series, please make sure to subscribe if you don't already. And if you are enjoying this series, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. There's going to be a lot of videos coming up about this online store that I'm building, and hopefully I can build something that we're all excited and proud about. So yes, if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.